All right, everybody, this is Dr. Tamara Allen, the fanpreneur, 1/3 of the fanpreneur. I'm here with the amazing Kenny Smitty. I love him to death. We got the opportunity to meet a couple of years ago, sitting next to each other, having dinner. Didn't know who each other was, just chilling at another conference, and here it is, we're great buddies today. And then I have the amazing Lamon, who, wait a minute, I need to roll it back. Smitty, Kenny Smith, Smitty on Instagram, is one of the top credit people in the industry and is also from Chicago.
Yeah.
I like to call him my little nephew.
We both from Chicago, yeah.
But he is helping a lot of people. So I want to make sure I give him his due because you're doing a lot for everybody.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And he's not even over 30.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay? And he's doing a lot of great things. But then I want to introduce you guys to Lamon. And I apologize, I don't remember his social media handle, but he is one of the top guys in real estate, okay? And he is helping a lot of families. So, guys, we got to give it up for this young brother who's not even over 30, 30, just out here killing the game and helping a lot of people. Welcome, Lamon. I'm the Smitty.
Thank you for having us.
We are so grateful. So you guys got a booth here in InvestFest?
Yep.
Okay, so you have a whole campaign at this moment that you are helping people. What is it about? Why did you get into the credit space in the first place?
Well, first he started with it. So he started with the journey of credit first.
Wow.
And then, so when he got into credit, he started learning about it. He came and brought it back to us. And then my credit was bad. So we had to work on my credit, right? We had to work on it together. And then, we cleaned my credit from 400s to 700s. And once I understood that, that was helpful to me, I understood, and I showed my social media my results. They were asking me how I did it. So now that turned into me doing it for other people. So I thought the first thing I started was a credit repair business.
So he was the silent killer, just round up.
Yeah.
Sitting laid back.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to get into a Lamon?
So I always kind of wanted to get into real estate, and I learned that credit and real estate goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So once I understood that, because I used to think money was everything until I had to really learn that, okay, credit has power that comes along with it. And as far as leverage, that's how credit plays a major factor, especially when you want to real estate. You can get approved for $50,000 to $100,000 in funding versus trying to save up $50,000 to $100,000. So once I understood that concept, I just went all in. You know what I'm saying? And now it's at a point where I'm scaling up in a real estate business back in Chicago, leveraging land banks, which I'll talk about. And I'm letting Smitty, letting him control the whole credit thing, learning different tactics, different plays that he introduced me to. He's just expanding, so it's just amazing to just see us both come up together, and now we actually in business together. We just helping people.
Wow. So let me ask you something that's hopefully I can get a little bit personal with you. So your family didn't teach you credit?
Nah.
Okay. And it was because they didn't understand credit. Us being we all from Chicago, so we understand, we know.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's like we were taught credit was bad. Don't mess with credit. Because it could, you're going to be in debt.
Yeah.
So being able to now, how many properties you own now?
Right now I own 30 property.
30 properties.
30 property, buying whole property.
Wow. You flip it or you just hold it?
Buying, holding. This year I'm actually doing my first flip in Chicago right now.
And how old are you?
32 years old.
I told you, not even over 35 and not even over 30, okay? That's amazing. So just in real estate alone, over $1 million, okay? And Smitty, you done left Chicago. How dare you? I can't say that. I'm in Atlanta, okay? So why did you pivot? Because you did pivot a little bit from credit, and you partnered with some other folks. What was the reason you did that? Why?
I believe you can grow up faster in a collaboration style. We could be able to reach more people at a faster rate. That's the first thing. Second thing, people were learning how to get money with me. I could clean their credit up and get them funded and build them up to be fundable, but they were having struggle portions of what to do with the money. So what would be a better option than to pair up where I can get the people access to the money, and then we can give them a plan to be able to execute to invest it. So now they can invest it and get the money. Now they got a nice full circle blueprint that they can follow to be able to be successful in creating cash flow for themselves.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That is incredible. Okay. So what would be the first thing that somebody needs to consider with their credit?
cleaning it. 70% of the world has bad credit or something negative, late payment, collection, charge-offs, student loans, whatever the case may be. We have to stop putting it on the back burner and use it as a priority and clean it. So everybody, I don't want to clean it, or it costs too much, or I don't want to learn it. Well, it's $250,000 on the other side of you not want to do that. So you saying that meaning, I don't got the time. Well, you better be making $250,000 or getting access to $250,000 without it if you don't got the time. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. I think they need to go through it and not try to go around it.
I think what people don't understand is the longer you're in debt, the more you're in poverty, because it'll either stop you from being able to drive the car you want, and if you are driving the car you want, you're spending more in interest, okay? Or you're not living in the place that you want to live because you can't afford it because of credit.
Yeah.
All right? And then you can't eat the food that you want to eat, so here it is, you get sick and you eating all this bad stuff because you're only buying cheap stuff. So people don't realize that credit affects everything that we do.
I'm not doing.
Everything. Even a job. You can't even get direct deposit without credit. No, for real.
That's crazy.
Okay? So here it is. What age did you both knew that credit was important?
I'll start first. So for me, it was when I was 25 when I really took it serious, right? So on my 25th birthday, I had a Porsche truck. I was trying to buy me a Porsche Panorama. So when I went to the car dealership, I'm like, all right, I got $10,000. I want to put a new car there. Okay, we need to run your credit. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. They ran my credit. My credit score was a 493. And it was a 493.
Wow.
So they denied me. And I took that to heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I need to understand what's going on about this because I didn't like the feeling of being denied for something. And since then, I said, you know what? I don't want to own a vehicle until I can come back and put no money down. So I actually, from 25 to 30, I didn't own a vehicle until I actually understood credit, leveraged credit to buy an investment property, and then let that investment property, that cash flow, pay for my car note. And now to this day, I don't never have to pay for a car note ever again.
Wow, that's incredible. And that's dedication also.
Yeah.
That's actual dedication. Because people were like, no, I'm going to do it anyway and pay all this high interest rate, not realizing that it is really affecting them down the way. You got kids?
No, I don't have any kids right now.
So that also played a role too.
Yeah.
If you got kids, folks don't be, like, look, I got to take care of the kids. But at the end of the day, that was discipline, and I'm proud of you for wanting to learn, okay? So, Smitty, you left Chicago. Where you moved to?
I'm in Texas right now.
You like it better?
It's not bad. It's out the way. It's real smooth.
Okay. I see you over here making almost $1 million months now.
I don't say $1 million months, but we progressing. We progressing.
Progressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the one thing that you would tell somebody after they have gotten their credit fixed?
Yeah.
What they need to do. Everybody talk about a clean up credit.
Yeah.
But what you need to do after you get your credit fixed. And then you sit up here and I'm gonna ask the question I'm gonna ask you is once they credit fixed, you getting this $250,000, what they need to do. So what do you want to give?
Yeah, so it's cool to have a 700 credit score and everything, but you gotta learn how to leverage it and learn how to leverage it to be able to make you money. So credit is just a tool. Everyone look at it might be a little different, but in real life, it's like a tool. You use it as a tool to go out there and make you more money or create your cash flow or make a profit off of. So that's how I look at it. That's how I use it. That's how I recommend other people to use it. So what I do is I go get access for money for the banks, and I use it to start businesses and investments.
So how many businesses you have now?
I think we have 4. I got 4 businesses right now.
Okay. What you doing?
So, I got the semi-truck company. I got the luxury car rental business on the side, but then everything else is just coaching and mentoring and being able to help other people right now.
Because the last 2.5 years, you have gone bananas.
Yeah, it's just a fast growth.
I mean, seriously, especially over the last year.
Yeah.
And you're grinding.
Yeah.
So, with you, Lamon, you saying that somebody get $250,000, they gonna blow it. They ain't never had all this kind of money or credit before. So what would you advise them to do with that?
What I would tell them to do first, let's make sure you discipline, because a lot of us tend to fall into bad habits, and we don't understand the difference between good debt and bad debt, right? So bad debt is going to take vacation trips that you don't need, buying unnecessary clothes, taking, just doing anything that's not gonna give you a return on your investment. Good debt, investing into your Airbnb business, getting approved for a business out of loan, and doing a luxury car rental like Smitty, or what my favorite option is, investing in real estate, a hard asset that's proven that 95% of millionaires invest there. You don't have no money when it's in a brick. You know what I'm saying? That's good. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do is get your mind right and find you a mentor, right? And do your due diligence. Make sure that your mentor has receipts and is doing exactly what they said they're doing.
Absolutely.
And as long as you got that with that right mindset, discipline, and dedication, and you willing to put in the work, the sky's the limit for you.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna ask a hard question. So you done got your credit fixed, you done got the funding, you invested, but then you had a setback.
Yeah.
Because not every company's gonna run smooth.
Yeah.
What do you do to come back?
You just gotta continue to keep going. Some people get discouraged and quit or stop, or don't keep, going at it just because you failed, which is gonna happen anyway. Just about when. I had a couple big losses. I had like 3 or 4 big losses through my journey. I really just used the mindset of just continuing to be inconsistent, continue working, regardless if I'm winning or losing in my situation. I'm just gonna keep at it. And that's just my mind frame on my way, how I go about it. I just keep going. I don't care what point in time, I'm keep going. And that's how I work through it. Whether it's up or down, but that's how I take it.
Yeah, because you already know what was going on with me.
Yeah.
So when people like, oh man, I said, look, it's always gonna be some type of setback.
Yeah.
How you react to it, that matters.
Right.
Okay? Otherwise we wouldn't have been here.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you handle setbacks?
How would I say to handle a setback? Well, it's always gonna start with the mindset, and we gotta just understand that life don't just go up. Life is full of ups and downs. So once you understand that, you should prepare yourself for those days. And
Preparation.
yes, preparation. So when that down period do come, you know exactly what to do to move forward. I call them growing pains, because as you reach new heights, you got to set the tone for that new height and be ready for that different level of adversity, right? A beginner might have issues starting at LLC, knowing how to structure with tax issues and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? And you have other people that may be on a lower scale that having trouble getting the funding. So as far as any setback, just like Smitty said, it's all part of the process. And once you understand that it's a part of the process, you're not going to be ready to crash out. When it happens, you're going to say, okay, I need to pull it together so I can move forward, because it's light on the other side of that tunnel.
It sure is.
It's light on the other side.
And it actually makes you stronger. Be like, okay, I don't have to move this way. Or, because a lot of people do ask. They're like, man, Tammy, you had a setback. Why don't wallow in it? You can't feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
You got to keep pushing. Because a lot of people see all the glitz. They don't know the behind the scenes that we have setbacks too, and a lot of people don't showcase that. So and when it comes to a property, what is the type of property a person should be looking for when they want to invest in their first property?
Okay, so the very first thing I would like to say is that it's always good to find your why. Why are you doing it for, right? So my why is my family, my mother, things like that, and really just trying to change the trajectory of our family. Me, I like the buy and hold method because I want to really build wealth, right? There's nothing wrong with fix and flipping because it's all a part of the process. But I suggest my new investors out there, let's go and get multifamily housing, whether that's a duplex, that's 2 apartments, or a triplex, right? And the reason why that's so important, and on the other end, is like, well, they talk about us purchasing homes for our first property, but they don't teach us to invest, right? Because now we invest and get a multifamily property. Now we can either live in that property and cut one of our biggest expenses down, which is our rent. So imagine if you didn't have to pay $1,500 to $2,000 a month. At the end of the year, you can save over $20,000 that can help push that portfolio higher and higher. Not to mention, if you do multifamily investing and one tenant moves out, well, you still got one tenant in there that can cover the mortgage if you do have 2 tenants and you're not living in there, which is called house hack. So I will always recommend everyone, let's invest first in multifamily property. That's going to put you in the best position moving forward.
Wow. Okay, so Smitty, when it comes to credit, what are the most things that you see on credit that people have problems with?
Having negative items on it.
Like what?
Late payments or collections or charge-offs.
Are late payments able to come off?
Yes, but they're hard. So they're very tedious, and the structure how to be able to get them all is hard. It's not easy. It's a process, and sometimes it's a long process. But it's capable, yes. They come up all the time.
What about collection, medical bill?
Those are more easy. Medical bills not even legally supposed to be on your report no more. So we can get those off. But it's all situational. It'll all be different. Everybody get different results. Everybody time frame is different when it comes to credit repair. It's really all about just being consistent on attacking the things over and over and over again until you get the result.
So is a person supposed to attack everything all at once?
We do with the software we use, the Metro 2 dispute method now, we do it. So we attack all the items at once. Some people use the method of only attacking 5 items. You can do that too, as long as you're attacking, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So whatever tactic you use and to try to get stuff removed, use it. But as long as you're being consistent.
What's this Metro 2?
Metro 2 is a special way of disputing, and we have a new software we developed that could be able to use. So it's got new AI technology in it. It could be able to find your negative items for you, draft the letter for you, and be able to send it off to the bureaus for you with clicks of a button. So it's a dope integration with a credit repair software and AI systemized stuff.
Does a person need to understand how to do it, or are you guys doing it for them?
No, so it's not done for you, but it's mostly done for you. It's mostly automated, let's just say that. But you do it yourself.
Yeah.
But it's videos in the software to be able to train you how to use the software. But the software literally clicks of buttons. It ain't too much of no hard work.
So what would you say the turnaround time is for somebody when they're trying to clean their credit up?
Most of the time, 4 to 6 months, I would say. Sometimes it could be 8. Sometimes it could be 10 months. But 4 to 6 months is what I've seen has been a good time frame with the new software.
You find people get frustrated?
All the time. They get frustrated. They get frustrated after one time. They try one thing, it didn't work. I don't want to do it no more. Well, you don't want to get access to $250,000 then. Or you could keep trying, you know what I mean?
So how do you both tell people to be patient, during this process? What do you say to them?
What would I say to somebody that's
just like, I want it now?
No. I would say anything that comes easy ain't worth it, right? And when you understand that concept, you will focus more on getting the education behind credit as well, and not just paying attention to that score. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that your credit report is more important. So in that stage of you actually removing a negative item, you actually can get a hold of, get a pull for some accounts that can help you build credit, that can help you build that process up. So that's what I would tell somebody.
So if you tell them to build it, what's some of the things, how can they build the credit?
I like to use pledge loans from Navy Federal. Those are installment loans you can get reported on your credit. You can get your rent reported on your credit and backdate it. We like the credit builders like Credit Strong, Kickoff, Self, and stuff like that. But you really just want to build out a credit report. At least you have like 10 accounts or more, but different type of accounts as well.
Yeah, because it's not just about the score, correct?
No, it's not. It's definitely.
That's the misconception.
Yes.
Everybody think, okay, I got a 680, I got a 7, but your book profile's not built out.
Yeah.
So you literally just said, I don't know if you guys started, 10 accounts of good accounts, no derogatories.
Yes.
So you said credit this, pledge list. What's a pledge?
So pledge loan is like, it's like, so I'll give you an example. Let's just say you put $1,000 in Navy Federal. They will allow you to take a loan out for $1,000 because you have it, but they will freeze your $1,000, but then give you a loan for $1,000. So now you have to have an installment loan report on your credit and pay it on time. But what we do is we take the $8,000 and we pay it back off 90% right back to them. So now it looks as though we got a 90% paid off installment loan on our credit report, and it makes your credit report look good with that account.
Wow. And they're reporting every single month.
Yes, ma'am.
So there's no late payments because you paid off 90%.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to tell my people to make sure it stretches out over 2 years.
Yeah.
Why do you guys like that?
I do like a year. I do like a year, as long as it's a year plus. But yeah. You said why?
So I was there. What do you tell them to do?
Oh yeah, like a year or so. Yeah.
What do you tell them to do?
Can you repeat it? I can't hear you.
Here. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got a lot of questions, guys, but we're not gonna be able to do all of them now. So what is the closing? What would you like to tell people their first step to do?
Invest into yourself and get access to information. Information is going to be the thing that changes your situation in your life. And then after you get the information, execute as fast as you can. Now stands for no opportunities wasted. Invest in yourself and then execute as fast as you can.
Absolutely.
As fast as you can.
And what about you, Lamon? What is your closing?
In closing, what I would say is definitely invest in yourself first, right? Invest in your credit, get educated, find you a mentor exactly whatever field that you want to do, whether that's Airbnb, real estate, or Turo, right?
Yeah.
And find something that you got a passion for. Do something that you would do for free, because now you're not chasing money. Now you're not chasing the next dollar, and your heart gonna be behind it. That's your why. And I think that's the biggest thing on why both of us is successful in what we're doing today.
Absolutely. So, guys, can you please give everybody a social media handle?
Yes, man. _ Smitty the GOAT on Instagram, _ and then on YouTube, Smitty the GOAT.
Mr. Lamon?
Yeah, on Instagram, Lamon Jr., LAMON JR, YouTube, Lamon Jr., TikTok, Lamon Jr., different things like that.
That's exactly.
I just got him to it. He got to put me on it.
Are you on Instagram? Are you on IG?
Yeah, he's at
IG, Instagram, Lamon Jr.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us, Lamon and Smitty. Smitty, you know, he's special to me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, so we'll be back with another video. But we're going to lay out way more things for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.